Today we're going to learn exactly how to post either a test ad or an actual ad on Facebook Marketplace for your listings for your mobile home park. In front of us here, we have one of the mobile homes that we've recently renovated. Of course, if you haven't purchased a mobile home park yet, you haven't done refurb on a mobile home to post pictures of. So how do we get around that? We'll talk about that specifically. But let's just take a look at the description here and understand the different components of what an ad looks like, even a test ad. So for sale on a rent to own. This one is a rent to own, right? You can sell it in other methods, but ours are typically rent to own contracts. So no bank needed program in this move-in ready, renovated 2-bedroom, 1-bath mobile home for sale located in Brighton Court Mobile Home Park in Horseheads, New York. Do a little bit of marketing research, like how far it is from local areas that people might be interested in. Brand new bathroom and kitchen, just needs an oven. Okay, like if this is your ad that you're doing for test purposes, you may just not include certain stuff like that. If it's a reno that you just did, highlight some of the things that you've updated. And typically bathrooms and kitchens are most important to individuals who are buying a new home in general, right? So you want to highlight that. Monthly payment of just $815. Affordable owner finance deals like this are hard to find and sell quickly. This is not a traditional rental. This is similar to buying a house. The buyer will be responsible for all repairs and maintenance costs moving forward. This is important, right? Because you want to make sure they know they're buying something that they are going to have to take care of. This is not a rental, and you need to make that clear in your ads. Now, if it's a POH, if it's park owned home, and that's your model, that's a different story, right? You can maybe bring these rents up to $1,200 or something like that for a POH model. Our game plan here is to give it on an RTO below what it would cost to rent a multifamily nearby. So it's an incredible deal, even though they have to deal with maintenance. Now they're going to take care of this home because it's theirs. Okay. So that's the methodology we use. I'm going to show you how to create this, right? So you're going to create new listing inside of Facebook Marketplace, and you're going to go to home for sale or rent. And I already have all of these photos ready to go. Okay. And it's going to spend some time uploading these photos and videos. And what Tiernan likes to do, and he taught me about this, is basically create a video walkthrough of the home so people can see exactly what it looks like. It's obviously nice to have rent to own listed right there on the first photo so people know exactly what this is, right? We don't want them to think that it's a rental if it's a rent to own, and this makes that very obvious for them. So now we're going to say for rent, we're going to say house, number of bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Price per month is going to be $825. Location, you're just going to search for, there it is. And then we're going to copy and paste that description from earlier, which you can access below this video. I'm just going to have some spacing in here. You don't have to do square footage. You don't have to do date available if you don't want. As a general rule of thumb, you only want to put positive things in here. So if there is no laundry, you don't want to put no laundry. You just leave it blank. Cat friendly, dog friendly. And you can promote this listing if you like. So here's something that I really want to highlight. You can actually post this to more than just Marketplace, to local listing sites as well. So we have Craigslist, Elmira, Corning. We have Horseheads, Elmira Market Square. We have Elmira Horseheads Garage for Guys. Elmira Swap, Buy, Sell, and Trade. So there's a lot of places we can post this as well so that it gains more traction in these local communities where people are buying and selling things already. And we get more leads from these than we do from actual Marketplace. So join those groups in your local community where you own that park and post these to those local groups too using this methodology. It's going to get you a heck of a lot further. Now we're going to press publish so you can see this listing is being reviewed. So in order to find pictures, if you're doing a test ad, for instance, just go on Marketplace, search mobile homes in your area, right, on Marketplace, download those photos, and then save them for later when you're going to need them, right? And I would go out of your market potentially to find those, out of the market where your mobile home park is, because if you just repost someone else's mobile home photos, they're going to be like, what is this listing? It's going to be really important that you don't do that because someone could take it down or report it. So go out of your market, find mobile home park photos. You can do that on any listing website like Zillow, or even just go to a different market in Facebook Marketplace to find those photos take those photos and then use those photos as your listing photos in your test ads. Obviously, if you're doing a refurb, you're going to have photos of the home that you're refurbing. But in the case of a test ad, you need to find photos from elsewhere. One thing I wanted to show you is the walkthrough video that Tenant created. This is incredibly well done. I want you to see how he walks through this home and how slowly he pans. Not too slow, but just slowly enough where you can get your bearings inside the home. You can see everything all at once. He has the camera on 0.5x so that you can see everything wide angled. And then he's walking into each room, and as he enters the room, he's slowly panning. He's moving around. Here he is in the bathroom. He's going into the bathroom, showing the shower, moving out, showing where the hookups for laundry are, now going into the bedroom. And you can see how smooth that pan is. And that's going to be a really great method to showing people the home before they're even there and getting them interested or uninterested. Both are equally as important before they even step foot in the home. So this is a really good example. Tiernan did a great job. And then following that is all the pictures so they can see the still images without having to scrub through that massive video. So this is how it's done. This is an A+ job by Tiernan with the pictures. And this is going to sell pretty quickly. I can already see with all of these 17+ messages we got in 30 minutes. Okay, so I know the next incoming question is, you didn't include the price of the home inside the rent-to-own contract. That was intentional. And I want to drive this point home. You want to get interest in the home and then say the price, right? You have to play the game of sales a little bit, right? When someone goes and buys a car, the price isn't often listed as a sticker on top of that car. You have to inquire after getting excited about buying the car. When they take more steps, that's typically how they get more invested, and then they actually close. There's a fine line here because you don't want to waste your time, and simultaneously you want to get leads. So if you list the price immediately, you might scare people away and you won't get leads. If you then don't say the price right off the bat, what's going to end up happening is those same people are going to waste your time because at that price they aren't interested. So what you're trying to do is get people into your DMs, and then after they're in your DMs, you tell them additional information. And what I like to do is right after they're inside my DMs, I DM them 2 snippets, they're called. Snippets are previously written messages that I just paste directly from my phone into the chat so that they can quickly see those 2 messages and then decide whether they want to go further. I don't usually do any follow-up via Messenger. I'm trying to get them into my CRM so that I can continue the conversation there. So let me show you quickly how that works. From my phone, I head to Messenger. And then I go to my marketplace and I look at all the new messages that I've currently gotten. So let's start with Nadia. Okay, I'm going to click here, and then there's this app called Snippets. And when I click the button down here in the bottom left corner, which is the button to switch your keyboard, I end up getting my snippets here. And I have this home sales snippet, which looks like that. And then I'm going to send that immediately. And then I have the Lot 8 additional home details. And at the end, I'm going to scroll through these real quick so you can see them. Hi, thanks for your interest in this home. Would you like to schedule a showing? If so, please answer the following questions. Do you work? If so, where? And how much is your gross monthly income? How much do you have in savings available for the down payment? Do you have any pets? If so, what approximate sizes and breeds? Some additional details. The mobile home is $8,000 total. We are looking for a down payment of at least $2,000, but are flexible for the right person. The $815 includes $600 in lot rent, $200 in rent to own, and $15 for trash. So now they see the breakout of these individual costs. You can pay down more of the balance monthly if you would like. If you're interested, let's continue the conversation via text. And then I include the number for them to text me so I can take this off of my Facebook Messenger and into a place where I can do automations, have my staff look at it, etc. And that's the most important part. Especially as you scale, you're going to want to hand off some of these responsibilities to your staff. And so they can't access your Facebook most of the time. unless you give them the login. And it's going to be pretty difficult to give them a login to Facebook if they're abroad, for instance, a VA. Sometimes Facebook blocks foreign entities from entering a local American account on Facebook. This has happened to my business partner where his account got shut down for a little while because he was using foreign VAs inside of his Facebook. So just be aware of that. So what I do here is I send them to my CRM, which is in Quo. I've tagged Archangel User, which is a general user inside of Quo that connects to my staff. So I tag them when someone's ready to book. And then what happens is my staff will follow up with me and then they'll follow up with them. My staff is actually typing right now to this person who I got through Facebook Marketplace by attaching that phone number. And he says he'll be here all day tomorrow. You can see the user who sent it, Archangel. You can see that I stepped in here too. So you can work together as a team in here and answer all of these leads directly so that they can schedule time. There's one more step, which is going through the initial screening process. Before they actually book a showing, I make sure that they have the amount of income necessary for that home. I like at least 3 times the all-in monthly payment for a home buyer. This way they have ample additional income to pay for car payments and their groceries and their kids and whatever else they need for their living expenses. So typically 3 times, and he said here about $3,700 in monthly household income. And he has a beagle here, 3 years old, all neutered, shots and licensed. So he's given me all the details about his family and his pets, and he's all good. So now I'm signing off on this, sending it off to my staff, and they're going to book the actual showing. You can see if we go back to Facebook here, how many people actually reached out for this. And I just posted this. What you can see is most of these people actually reached out through the groups that I posted to, not directly through Marketplace. So there's 2 ways they can do that, right? So here's the Craigslist Elmira Corning group, and my post is in here and people are seeing it, but simultaneously my post is also here in Marketplace, so people who are looking through Marketplace can see it as well. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, just ask me in the community. Thanks.